It was just days before Christmas, 1959, in the quiet town of Osprey, Florida. A young couple and their 2 children were living the simple American dream. But on the evening of December 19th, their home became the scene of one of Florida's most brutal and enduring mysteries. The entire Walker family was slaughtered, and more than 60 years later, no one has ever been brought to justice. Cliff and Christine Walker were in their early 20s, raising 2 children, Jimmy, age 3, and Debbie, just 1 year old. Cliff was described as hardworking, while Christine was devoted to her children and their modest home in Sarasota County. They lived a quiet, rural life. Christine had spent that Saturday running errands, preparing for the holiday season. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until that night, when neighbors and relatives arrived at the Walker home later that evening. What they found was horrifying. Christine was found inside. She had been raped and shot. Cliff was gunned down as he walked through the door. Even more shocking, their 2 children were not spared. Jimmy was shot, while baby Debbie was brutally murdered. Some reports say she may have been drowned in the bathtub after being shot. The crime scene painted a disturbing picture. A bloody cowboy boot, a cellophane strip from a cigarette wrapper, a fingerprint on the bathtub faucet, blood spatter on Christine's shoe, suggesting she had fought back. But despite the evidence, no clear answers emerged. Authorities launched one of the largest investigations in Florida history at the time. More than 500 suspects were questioned. Theories swirled. Was it a robbery gone wrong, a crime of passion, or a random act of violence? One theory stood out: a possible connection to Richard Hickok and Perry Smith, the killers made infamous in Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. Just a month before, they had murdered the Clutter family in Kansas, and in December of 1959, they were passing through Florida. Witnesses even placed 2 men with scratches on their faces in the Sarasota area around the time of the murders. The Walkers had also been interested in buying a car similar to the one Hickok and Smith were driving. Decades later, their remains were exhumed to compare DNA from the Walker crime scene. The results? Inconclusive. Over the years, other names have surfaced. A neighbor, William Tucker, was said to have shown an unusual interest in Christine. Some theorize he could have been responsible, but no conclusive evidence was found. In 1994, a bartender in Pennsylvania reported that a man bragged about killing a family in Florida, but the lead went nowhere. Even the discovery of the Walker's marriage certificate, found years later among a relative's belongings, raised questions: was it stolen as a trophy? But every promising lead collapsed under the weight of time and lack of evidence. The Walker murders shocked not only Sarasota County, but the entire state of Florida. The brutality of killing 2 children made the case unforgettable. Generations later, cold case investigators still revisit the evidence. In 2023, Cliff and Christine's remains were exhumed again, with hopes that new forensic technology might reveal something overlooked. But so far, silence. The Walker family murders remain one of the darkest unsolved crimes in Florida history. For innocent lives wiped out days before Christmas, and still no answers. Was it a pair of killers passing through, like Hickok and Smith? Or was it someone much closer, hiding in plain sight? Until the truth is uncovered, the ghosts of Cliff, Christine, Jimmy, and little Debbie will forever haunt Osprey, Florida. What do you think happened that night? Leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the Darkside Chronicles, where the past never stays buried.